Today I'm going to talk here about a topic that I'm going to be developing for the next chapter. That is how to mitigate risk for the travelers that are going to go abroad with your company. This is something that typically the company doesn't take into account, because when a travel expat is going to be assigned to the foreign branch or a venture, a joint venture, whatever, with a company. I come from that world because in the corporate world, I work with some oil and gas joint ventures. So we were in the other side of the fence. So we had a lot of expat, several cultures. We had Italian people, Spanish people, Brazilian people, Japanese, American, British, Norwegian, French, even Chinese. And dealing with the expat was something that in the past was something that you deal basically was with the cultural environment, the country laws that sometimes differ from one country and the other. And, this type of thing, and logistics, per diems, and the things that were very typical to handle. But this situation of the hosted diplomacy is something really new. It's something that unfortunately is happening more frequent, and I was a victim of that, by the way. I stayed 5 years being in a business trip, became a hosted situation. And you go through a lot of situations because the logistic for you, simple logistic like putting food and medicine to you when you're in the situation, contracting a lawyer, a local lawyer that knows the local laws. Your family, who is going to take care of your family? Your family has to go through and navigate the bureaucracy of the government. For example, in the U.S., if you need to get designated as a wrongfully detained. So there is a lot of things, the moving pieces, that companies normally don't take into account if an employee goes through this situation. So my recommendation for the company today that this is something real that has to be really taken into account. So what I bring today to the table is that I went through the situation. I come from the corporate world. I deal with expat in the past, so I know how is the expat had to be dealt. And I have been in that other side of the fence and have been victim of that situation. Give me a unique perspective that I can really help you. So that's why I decided to put this in part of my program. Because one of the things I can do is that I can give you some elements how you can mitigate this risk. I can have a coaching session with your employee before they travel to educate about that. How they can mitigate the situation, and if unfortunately the situation go through, what are the things they have to walk through. This is something that, believe me, is real and is happening. And unfortunately, it has to be taken into account. So if your company wants to really care about the situation, it pays off having this call. So if you really are interested in what I'm saying, you can book with me a call. We can do a 30-minute call. I can explain you in more detail the situation, and you can explain me what is happening. Because again, in the today world, not only the big corporations are sending employees abroad. There are a lot of companies sending people to deal with business with foreign countries in Latin America, in Asia, in Africa, and a lot of countries that unfortunately this situation sometimes is happening. So if you really want, here you will have a contact. You can book a calendar call. We have a 30-minute chat, and we start from there, and I can help you. And please, take this situation really serious. That's my recommendation, because I went through that. We, in our campaign, in our family campaign, in the hostage community, we have several businessmen that are going to deal with this. And this is a unfortunate situation, but it's real, and it had to be taken into account. So, again, if you need any recommendation, you can call me and we can talk about it, and we start from there and take care of this. And remember, my motto in life is never give up, never lose hope, never lose faith. Thank you very much.